from the Lakeside Newsroom of the Henrico Citizen, your hometown news source since 2001. This is the Henrico News Minute with publisher Tom Lapis.
How newly proposed statewide district maps could impact Henrico in the Virginia House of Delegates and Senate, and a state championship for a Henrico football team. We'll have details in today's Henrico News Minute. It's Monday, December 13th, 2021.
And now for the news.
Henrico County would be represented in the Virginia House of Delegates by only 5 delegates instead of 6, but would gain a third Virginia Senate member if the Virginia Supreme Court ultimately adopts the new district maps proposed by its 2 special masters last week. Those new proposals would move all 6 House districts that currently include portions of Henrico out of the county and replace them with 5 others, Districts 57, 58, 59, 80, and 81. The plans also would shift the 2 current Senate districts that include Henrico, 9 and 12, to other parts of the state and replace them with 3 others, 13, 14, and 16. 4 of the 8 newly shaped districts involving Henrico would have no incumbent if adopted. Those are the 57th, 59th, and 81st in the House and the 13th in the Senate. The Supreme Court named Bernard Groffman and Sean Trendy to draw new maps for the state's Congressional, House of Delegates, and Virginia Senate districts after Virginia's appointed redistricting commission was unable to do so itself earlier this year. Democrats had nominated Groffman for the role while Republicans selected Trendy. Now the court must decide whether to adopt the proposals as they are or to alter them before doing so. The plans created by the 2 men would move 2 current Henrico delegates, Democrats Schuyler Van Valkenburg of the 72nd and Lamont Bagby of the 74th, into the 80th district together. Democrat Rodney Willett, who currently represents the 73rd, would be the only incumbent in the newly shaped 58th. Current delegates John McGuire of the 56th, Dawn Adams of the 68th, and Dolores McQuinn of the 70th would be districted out of Henrico altogether under the proposed House map. In the Senate, current 12th District member Siobhan Donovan would be the only incumbent in the newly shaped 16th, while current 9th District member Jennifer McClellan would be the only one in the 14th. There's no incumbent who lives within the boundaries of the proposed 13th District, which would include much of eastern Henrico as well as a number of other localities. You can read my complete coverage of this right now on henricocitizen.com by clicking on News and Government. Well, it was a big day for Varina High School's football team on Saturday. The Blue Devils won their first ever football state championship, claiming the Class 4 title in Lynchburg with a 28-21 win over Broad Run of Ashburn. The Blue Devils got out to a 14-7 halftime lead, extended it to 28-7 in the second half, and then held on to win by a touchdown. The Blue Devils head coach Marcus Lewis was a member of the last 2 Blue Devils teams to make the state championship game back in 1998 and 99. Both times those teams lost to C.D. Hilton of Northern Virginia in the title game. 3 Henrico police officers were among the recipients of the Valor Awards earlier this month at a ceremony held at the Greater Richmond Convention Center. Officer Lawrence Pacifico Jr. received a 2021 Silver Award for his successful intervention with a person who was threatening to jump off a bridge but whom he ultimately pulled to safety. Sergeant William Bodenhamer Sr. and Officer Brian Wolf each received 2020 Bronze Awards for their efforts to safely manage and disperse a crowd after gunfire erupted during a pickup football game. The 31st Annual Valor Awards, sponsored by the Retail Merchants Association, they recognized a total of 42 honorees from both 2020 and 2021 who were nominated by local fire, EMS, and police chiefs for courageous acts going above and beyond the call of duty. Last year's ceremony was canceled because of COVID. On Thursday last week, Henrico reported its most new COVID-19 cases on a single day in 3.5 months. The county witnessed 153 new cases Thursday, then another 121 on Friday. That pushed its 7-day average daily number of new cases up to 107. That's the highest that metric has been since September 26th. The last time the county reported as many as 153 new cases on one day was August 26th, when there were 161. The single-day record for new cases in Henrico, 326, came back on January 16th. Henrico's averaging nearly 400 new cases per 100,000 people in the past 2 weeks. That's about 40 higher than the statewide average. But hospitalizations and deaths remain incredibly low in the county. Just one new virus-related death was reported December 9th. That was the first one reported in 6 days. The county is averaging just one hospitalization a day in the past week. On Thursday, the Richmond and Henrico Health Districts announced that they will continue to operate a weekly community vaccination hub at the Eastern Henrico Recreation Center through February. That reverses an earlier decision that would have closed it at the end of this month in favor of a smaller site. The hub will continue, according to officials, because of increasing vaccination appointments there. Its hours in January and February will be Wednesdays from 1 to 4:30 p.m. Officials from Home Building Association of Richmond, several home building firms, and also Henrico County government teamed up last week to break ground at the future site of Richmond Homerama at Greengate in the far west end. A number of local builders were represented. The 12-day home show, hosted by H-Bar and Markel Eagle Partners, will feature 5 new designer-furnished dream homes built simultaneously on one street that will showcase the latest decorating trends and technology. Homerama is expected to take place the second half of next year, but a specific show date has yet to be determined because of supply chain uncertainties. The event will benefit Ask Childhood Cancer Foundation.